Boatveld forest, which is translated to Goldfield forest. And I know there's a place around here also called Millwood. When I said that I love the forest and hiking in the forest, this is really actually what I'm liking most. I've got somebody taking me into the forest close to Knynsa, and it's still of the original indigenous forest, and it's amazing. You should hear all the sounds, the birds, the stream. We're here next to Jubilee Creek stream, and it's just stunning. And we're hiking. Now I'm hiking with boots, but my tour guide is not. This is Rose. Rose, what's your last name?
Bilbrough.
There's another name that you're known by.
Travelbug Rose, or you Google @GoTravelbug. I'll be
You'll
there.
find her and she can do this awesome trip with you. Rose,
Yes,
why do you love the forest?
because this is where you can find your soul and lose the rest of the world. And this is where you know where life means something. That's why. So this is what you call black witch hazel, and this is the water of the forest. And the reason why it's the water of the forest is because it has tiny little furry things at the bottom of the leaf, and every morning when the dew sets in, the forest leaf actually gathers all the water, and the first thing this plant does is feeds the ground, which feeds the trees. So when in drought, it gives up itself to water the forest.
This is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Rugged and so much chaos, yet so stunning. And it feels to me like I'm not able to really show you how beautiful it really is. You have to come for yourself. This is amazing. Along the way we were joined by Peter and Tersha Lowe, and Rose shared with them some interesting facts about the forest and the trees.
So this is the perfect example of the different type of yellowwoods. You get two yellowwoods in the forest, and this one is called the Botanical yellowwood, and it's got a very thin long leaf like a little finger. And then the real yellowwood has got a thicker leaf, and this is the South African national tree. So if you're looking at the Botanical yellowwood trees, and you'll see a cluster of little thin ones, and then you'll get a cluster of thick ones, and this is the real one.
This is a spot where the miners started mining in the streams, trying to find gold. And what they did was they dug trenches where the water would go through to places where water was not, like from that side to that side. And this is what we have here, the old trenches, the old water fodder. I don't know, there it's, let's see, the water fodder. What kind of a name is that? For in case you were wondering, we're not just walking randomly in the forest, which is fine by me. We're heading toward a waterfall, which apparently is very beautiful. I've never been here before, so.
This is another great example of winning the fight to light, is where this ironwood has dropped a seed somewhere, obviously a bird or something has dropped a seed on the top of the heap, and he's probably gained about 300 years worth of growth to win light or get to the forest canopy first.
What kind of tree is this? A very tall tree, that's what it is. A eucalyptus tree.
Yeah, I'll do that.
And this was brought in by the miners.
These were brought in by the miners, and obviously being in a place where there's lots of water, they actually grow faster than in their natural habitat. So what they eventually did is they started debarking the tree. So you take the bark off a tree, which is like taking off your skin, and then the tree dies. So the tree is still here, but it can't reproduce, and you can't make leaves and plants and other things. So they've basically stopped it from growing. A forest has got a biomimicry system, and by that means is that absolutely nothing in the forest goes to waste. Everything is symbiotic, which means is that one thing gets from the other thing, gets from the other thing, gets from the other thing. So you might be giving food, but you might be creating mulch for the ground. It might be creating this for that. So everything in the forest actually works together. So it's a closed circle. Nothing goes to waste, and everything benefits from everything else. This whole Jubilee Creek area and the whole creek that you've been shown was used for mining or delving gold and panning for gold, and also up in the Bendigo mine area they actually built a shaft and they've actually built a few of these shafts as well where they found gold. So all along this Jubilee Creek route, this was mined in the late 1800s, so about 1880 or even earlier, I think. No, I think they found the first gold in 1876 with a guy called James Cooper. And then from there on, they started looking for gold, and they found this in Bendigo Mine, which is actually an Australian company. It's named after the town Bendigo in Australia. And they started the mine here, and they built the shaft, but they just never actually got enough gold.
These guys really tried it everywhere. Here's another, well, I guess this one is just a hole, but I guess, yeah, they try to keep it up and try to get the gold. And yet another mine. If we go in here, this is crazy. Oh my word. I don't know if you guys can see, but let's go in a little bit more. Would you look at that? There's even an echo. If somebody comes running out here now, I'm gonna have such a scare. Yeah, that's, yeah. And they just dug it out, trying to get gold. That's amazing. All right, off to the waterfall. And we made it to the end of the line. The hike so far has been absolutely incredible. There's a peacefulness in this forest that's even more than previous times what I've experienced. And it's almost like the forest is old. And the fragrances when you walk amongst the trees are just, it's indescribable. You have to be here to experience it. And I can understand why people love it. I can understand why Rose loves it. Because it is amazing, and this is wow. This is a good reason to come and visit the garden route and come to the Goutveld and experience this for yourself. Join us next week for another adventure, and please remember to like, subscribe and share.